I'm standing in my mother's kitchen holding a flaming towel with a pair of metal tongs, and my mother, stubborn, frail, but completely unfazed, shuffles past the kitchen with her walker, looks in, smiles, and keeps going like nothing is happening. Let me back up. Have you ever had that small voice inside you tell you to act, and then you didn't? That small voice shows up for all of us, and whether you call it instinct or conscience or God, it is there to pull us toward what matters. I'm going to talk about two moments in my life where I have ignored that voice, and moments where I have acted on that voice. And ignoring it leaves me with regret, and acting on it leaves me with peace. Jason is my little brother's best friend growing up. He is around so much that he becomes my little brother too. We're going to fast forward to he's 26 years old and running his family's farm, and he's fixing up a farmhouse that a tenant had left. And he calls me and asks if I want an antique cabinet. So I go over there, I pick it up, and Jason says, "Hey, do you mind making me some curtains? I want the place to feel like home." I kind of put him off. I'm busy. I have 3 kids. There's so much going on. And I put him off, and finally I say, "Jason," I text him, "I can't make your curtains. I'm sorry." He said, "Not a big deal. Don't worry about it." 2 weeks later, the volunteer fire department that Jason worked with put out a vague post about losing one of their own in a car accident. And I had this horrible feeling inside. So I make a phone call and confirm my fear. Jason's gone. And that suddenly, that last conversation is a loop in my mind. I should have made the curtains. I should have just listened to that voice. I should have spent the time with him. A couple of years later, my mom's health is declining. She's frail and stubborn and won't see a doctor and needs round-the-clock care. But that voice shows up again, and it says, just be with her. Take the time. And I do. My siblings and I, we rotate shifts with my mom and being with her round the clock. And that brings us to the night of the flaming towel. My brother's girlfriend left a towel in the oven when she was cooking, and the alarms are blaring, smoke alarms are blaring, dogs are barking, chaos is everywhere, and my mother's just completely unfazed by it all. And it's that tiny moment becomes a treasure and a memory that our family shares. So that small voice showed up. A couple days later, my shift has ended with my mother. My brother's coming to pick her up, and she finally decided to go see a doctor. When I go to say goodbye so I could go to work, I bend down to hug her, and she's so frail. She's so small and frail at this point. She reaches up and pulls me in close, and she kisses my cheek, and that's something that I can't remember the last time she did. That night, she took a turn for the worse, and at the hospital, I got to sing her favorite hymn to her as she took her last breaths. And I realized that voice, that voice that shows up, that tells us to act, gave me so much peace this time when I listened. And here's the truth I carry now. Whether you call it instinct or conscience or God, that voice exists to bring us closer to what matters. And listening to it will fill us with peace. But when we don't listen, it fills us with regret. And every day, every choice, every moment is an opportunity for us to act on that voice and make connection with the ones that we love around us.